Hello, thank you for clicking onto my channel. Welcome to Komodo Tai Tarot. Today we will be doing a reading for Virgo for the first week of July, dating July 4th through the July 10th of 2021. The deck that I will be using is the Herb Crafters Tarot. This will be actually the very first time that I will be using this deck, so bear with me. It might take some time for me to interpret and read the cards. I might have to refer back to the booklet here. So yeah. All right. I'm going to shuffle it this way instead. It's much better. And then it's fairly new. I hardly ever work with it, so it has the tendency to stick because it's brand new. All right, my spirit teams, what do you have for our Virgos? I have to double check again once more. This is for Virgo, yes. For my Virgos, for the month of July 4th through July 10th, what is it that they can expect? The good, bad, ugly. Let's hear it. What is this? The moon, Datura. So it's the moon. So you got the moon. Sorry about that. So unprofessional. So yeah, 9. So you've reached the end of your cycle. And it also has the number 18. So 1 plus 8 equals 9. And 9 marks the ending where you have to tie up loose ends, clean your house, declutter your house, things of that sort, right? Things of that nature. Paperwork that you might have, or maybe a job that you left because you just can't stand the supervisor breathing down your neck, or getting on your nerves even, right? For those of us out there who doesn't like to be scrutinized or micromanaged. So yeah, this very first week of July, perhaps even for some, like I said, could be leaving your job at this time, and you're trying to tie up the loose ends. You know, it's marking, the moon is marking this new chapter in your life. And it's the unknown. And with the moon, you don't really quite know what's out there yet, but then you want to take the leap because it's just at that point now in your life where you can no longer stand to be in the position that you're in, or in the environment that you're in, and you're ready to take that leap of faith, despite not knowing what is going to happen or what is out there in store for you. So that's what I'm sensing for this very first week in July. That's the energy of momentum, the energy of movement. I see feet walking or even practically running at this point. Just running, getting somewhere. It's very hectic. Or perhaps you work in a fast-paced environment where it requires for you to pump out more output than you could possibly humanly manage to, because you know how some companies nowadays, it's like they want to pay you low wages, but they expect you to do all these and take on all these responsibilities that is just humanly impossible, because one person can only do so much, right? And then I also get a feel of there's other people in the mix too that is not pulling their weight, that is being lazy, that, I don't know, could care less. They're just there for the money. Perhaps they're hired through a temp, and so they really don't care, because it's kind of hard to fire someone who goes through temp, you know? And yeah. And so that person, whoever they are not doing what they're supposed to, or maybe they're slacking off, or maybe they're like dragging their feet, taking their merry time, just being there to get the hours and get the paycheck at the end of the day, right? Not really focusing and working as they should. And you're just all sick of that. Like, you're ready to get the fuck out of there, really. Or I also hear with some relationship wise too. I see like a man. It doesn't have to be a man. Just fit it in with your situation. Um, just sitting on a couch, and then in this dark room with the TV on, and all I see is the TV light, right? That's that's bouncing off this person, and you're just sick of that type of life. Um, it could be a marriage that you are contemplating or thinking or having thoughts about to leave the marriage, or if not leave the marriage, but you're just, some of you might not, but it's this feeling of being stuck in the ringer. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune here, of just going round and round and round in a wheel, and nothing seems to change. And it's like your whole sense of direction is just off. You don't know which direction to take. You don't know what to do, because the other person isn't cooperating with you. They're just stuck in their own ways, stuck in their ways, and refusing to change. And you're the type of person who outgrows, or not outgrows, but who matures and grows over time, and therefore outgrows your old environments, kind of like a crab, or a crab out, not a crab, what is it? A hermit outgrowing their shells, and they need to seek new homes to better fit their new growth. And that's what I kind of get out from here. It's like these foliage from this, it's a circle, and then there's some foliage that is overreaching that, and there are some in the center here. You see a compass of the direction north, south, west, east, and it's being overtaken, so to speak, like covered to some extent by the leaves. And I don't know if it's just me, or I'm just like, my mind is putting images together, but this part right here looks like a dragon to me, right? This is the snout. This right here is the snout, and its eyes are right here. It looks like a dragon to me. And you just want to be free. You just want to come out from that, break free from that. This one. And I feel, Virgo, that you're not the type of person to just abandon ship that quite easily, okay? You're the type of person who's going to stick around, trying to fix it, trying to mend whatever it is that you feel that needs fixing. Six of Fire. Six of Fire is that of the Six of Wands. And Six of Wands in the traditional tarot deck is of a victory, okay? You're a very traditional person, I feel. You love beauty, you love flowers, you love your home to smell of fragrance and incense, or not incense, but fragrance, to be fragrant, you know, not stale. But the environment that you are in right now, in your home, I have this sense of staleness in your home. But I see that pretty soon you're going to bring yourself out from that energy, and whatever problems that you have with your significant other, or not even your significant other, I feel some of you might be living with a roommate, or you know, families in the same household. You know how when you live with too many people, and you know, different people I mean, we all love our family, don't get me wrong. It's just that when you live with them, you know, you have your own personality traits, they have theirs, and then sometimes those personalities tends to clash with one another. One person likes to keep it nice and tidy, which I feel, Virgo, you are the type of person to like to keep a tidy home, whereas the other person might be a little bit messy and not care too much about the presentation of the house. And so yeah, you can kind of butt heads in that way because you're sick and tired of them throwing their socks or their underwears everywhere, or not sweeping the floors, or, you know, putting, I don't know, a box of Ritz crackers back in the cabinet where they got them from, even, right? Or even some people might, you know, eat the last ice cream bar and decide to just leave the empty box in the freezer. You know, that type of stuff. It can get annoying after a while, okay? But however, I feel like you are going to get out from this energy. This is a very renewed energy I feel here with this card. The flowers, the candles, you know, it brings me to that feeling of freshness. You know how when you clean up your house and then you decorate it really nice, and then you have the candles burning, and you have the windows up and open, ventilating and circulating the air inside the home to get that stale smell out, I don't know, or that staleness out, so that you can have this new breeze coming through, right? This new source of energy. And whoever it is that is seeking out new job, I see that you are going to prevail. You are going to get that position. Okay. Some of you may grow out of the environments, your job environments that you are in currently, or even, yeah, like the position that you're in, and perhaps some of you may even like applied for a new position within the same organization, or some might even seek a new position at a new organization entirely. And we have the Empress. Yes, that's with the heart. The heart, oh yeah, the heart. It's a honeycomb. And then we also have chili pepper here. And what else? A rosary. Is this a garlic or an onion? But it has seeds in them. Not sure. What stands out to me most is this flower here. It's blooming. It's like in my face. Like, yeah, it's blooming. Life right now, the opportunities is coming. You have this opportunity that you need to be aware of and not let it miss you, because it's like it's coming, and it's coming fast, I hear. So whatever it is that you need to, again, with the moon and with the whole chapter closing and tying up loose ends, you need to hurry up and tie up any loose ends that you may have. Again, right off the bat, I was talking about decluttering your home, cleaning your home. If your home needs cleaning, clean it right now so that it doesn't pile up, so that old stagnant energies are cleansed away with the old. And then this new, brand new energy that's coming through right now, you'll have room for it in your home, in your space, you know, both mentally, physically, and emotionally. It's going to be sweet like honey, milk and honey. And I know this is a candle, but for some reason it just reminds me of like a glass of milk. Okay, I love milk. And it all points to abundance, and with the Empress card here too, you know, creativity is this like creative energy that comes along. In this first week of July, you're going to have this newfound sense of creative propensity that you want to experience and submerge yourself in. For some of you, you could be artists. And you could be someone who creates jewelry and sell them on Etsy even, I feel. There will be a spice to your life, okay? Like this old energy, the moon here. Your old energy here, it's like very heavy to me on this part, right? But very bright and colorful on this side. So you're stepping into this new, renewed sense of being, of living, of seeing the world in a more colorful lens now, for this month of July. And you will have abundance and you will have victory in whatever it is that you set your mind to. It's just that there's this little tiny loose ends that you need to take care of, basically, for this first week of July, okay? You do that, and then get ready for the opportunity that's coming towards you. You can't miss it. Next, two always wants to come out. Two cards always want to come out. Hydra of Fire. So we have Hydra of Fire. I'm not quite sure what this card is. I will refer back to the book to see what it says. And then you also have Justice. So yes, justice will prevail for you in this situation. You need not worry. You're gonna be feeling at ease for like this first week. You're gonna be feeling a bit airy and high in a sense, like calm, not high but calm. You're gonna have this overcoming sense of calmness for this first week of July, and things will come together for you. You know, you will have this sense of serenity, of peace, of calm, like this new refresh breath of fresh air into your life, and this sense of profound passion for your craft. I feel like some of you might be into alternative healings and with alternative medicines as well, and even with crystal balls. Some of you may be quite spiritual and may have partake in, I don't know, spiritual classes to do Reiki healing even, I sense from this picture. But just for the sake of it, I'm going to take a look at what the book says about the Hydra of Fire, which is California Poppy, or Poppy. California Poppy. It's not in order. See, I don't like this. Let's see. Hydra .90. Hydra Fire. Sorry, takes a while. Okay, here, I found it. Hydra of Fire, California Poppy. Create with the enthusiasm of a beginner, boisterous play, then sweet sleep. Light up the landscape with golden joy. Magical objects lie on a bright yellow table, a stuffed tiger. So it's describing the picture here. All right. Stuffed tiger, a glitter wand, a small cauldron, and a mortar and pestle. Pictures of poppy plants are scattered about like oracle cards. Real flowers frame the edge of the table. A child wrapped her dirt-stained fingers adorned with flashy jewels around an amber-gazing ball. The Hydra of Fire jumps at the chance to be creative. She cannot wait to begin a new project. She approaches everything with the playfulness of a child, knowing the strong elixir of California poppy creates magic. She takes small but confident steps toward independence. She may have watched an elder many times, but now she makes medicine for herself. Just as California poppy flowers light up dry, wild desert meadows with their brilliant color, she stays open to the light, sways with the wind, and radiates delight. Crafting with the Hydra of Fire. Crafty fairy dolls from poppy flowers to inspire enthusiasm. Spend time gathering California poppy in a wild meadow and craft a relaxing elixir. Do a little guerrilla gardening with California poppy seeds. Sprinkle joy everywhere you go. So these are some of the crafts that you can do with the poppies for healing and just to spark your creativity. Okay? So this card calls for you to be creative, to come into this new energy like a child, like playing. Okay, don't attach too many things to it. Just do it, just like a child. Just imagine your child self doing things when you're playing. You don't think about it. You don't think about the effects or the impacts or anything. You're just enjoying it at the moment. You're just submersing yourself in the experience at the moment and whatever it is that you're doing at the time. And Spirit is calling for you for this very first week of July and throughout July with whatever you do, tackle it with play. Think of it in terms of your playing. Don't think of it in terms of working. Okay? Just relax and be calm, and which is the reason why, and again with this Justice, the cannabis card, as I was saying, that for this first week you will have this calmness energy around you. It's going to bring you peace. It's going to bring you relaxation. It's going to allow for you to have this sense of renewal in your life and in the way you see things. Seeing things with rose-colored glasses, as I said before, just like a child. A child doesn't look at a particular, I mean, to a child, the job and work does not exist. Well, these days, but bear with me now. Like, just think of it when you were a child, right? Like, okay, so we know that adults, grown-ups, have jobs and they need to go out and, to their jobs and work for money in order to sustain and help maintain, the family and support the family. But to a child, just in their mind, okay, like even when we're cooking, right, when our parents were cooking as a child, in my own personal experience, I don't see it as work. I don't see it as a chore. As a matter of fact, I want to help because I see it as a new way of experiencing things, of doing things, and I want to learn how to do it with passion, with just along the line of play. I see it as something that I can play with in the kitchen, cooking food, okay, or just helping my mom rolling up egg rolls when she was there's one point in time when I was younger, she would make egg rolls, spring rolls, just food, traditional food, snacks that she would package it, and she would drop it at like a grocery stores, at an Asian grocery stores, and in one way to make money to support the family. At the time we were living in California and we were on governmental assistance and things like that, but on the side she would do that too to help supplement our income so we can get by. And that's what this card is calling you to do, to see life as is, to tackle it like a child, like you're playing, because playing is another way of learning, another way of experiencing and experimenting with things in our lives. Okay, especially when it comes to our creative works, our crafts, our arts, it requires play. If you put too much tension or too much like, what's the word I'm looking for, like yeah, if you're looking at it from a point of work, it's going to put too much weight onto it, and it's going to create this sense of, oh, it's work, it's a chore, and it loses, and I can't speak, and it loses its life. Okay, whereas if you tackle it like you're playing, it's more lighter that way. It's not, there's no sense of heaviness to it, and it will allow for you to glide through it rather than drag your feet through it, if that makes sense at all. Two more cards, please. Two more cards from this tarot deck. Okay, we have Four of Air. Four of Air is like the Four of Swords. Yeah, Four of Air. We have Lavender. So what I gather from this is, because Four of Air is similar to the Four of Swords in the traditional tarot deck, it's just like you need to rest too while you're at it, while you're doing this, while you're manifesting. And lavender is another calming herb that its fragrance helps to calm the nerves, you know. I sense that there's a lot of tension with the moon and the whole Wheel of Fortune, as we discussed before at the very beginning. Is that there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of negativity in your life that you need to just take a step back from and tie up the loose ends, or leave the situation entirely, because it's straining you, it's putting a toll on your health and well-being, especially with the mentally, which is very important. Our mental state is very important, and why I say that is because if your mind is exhausted, it causes everything else to be exhausted. It drains you emotionally and physically. Unlike if, let's say, if you were to do something laborious, like carry a heavy load, right? Physically you're tired, yes, but then once you take the time out to rest and regain back your energy, you feel fine again. If your mind is at peace, you feel fine. But if your mind is exhausted, is strained, is weighed down with all of these thoughts, negativity, worries even, it causes everything else to deteriorate along with it. And so Spirit is also calling you to take time out to rest, to enjoy nature, to do your crafts, to work. I mean, not to work, but to do your crafts, okay? A hobby. I hear hobbies. Okay, something that will take your mind off of these adult responsibilities. I like to call it adult responsibilities, and just focus on enjoying the hobby and what's at hand. And don't think about the time, don't think about the deadlines, don't think about anything else. And I know it's hard because some of you might have like kids, children, parents to take care of, and you know, life is like that, and it's going to be like that. But then you need to at least set some time aside for yourself so that you can fully rest. And by mean of fully rest is when you are not, you know, you can't just physically rest but then your mind is still going, is still at it. That's not resting. You're still working mentally, and it can be mentally draining. And by mean of rest, it's like when your mind is at peace, when your mind is at rest, when your mind is focused on other things that are not concerning with work or with the 3D or with how am I going to earn this money to support my family, you know. Rest, such as or you can even exercise, even, you know, exercising, to me, I find it to be quite, I don't know, some people say exercising is not rest because you're working your body or whatever, but after I'm done with exercising, I feel a lot more energized and less stressful even. So I mean, it's not for everyone. Some people love to exercise, just do whatever that takes your mind, or garden. What I see here with the gloves and the slippers and this thing here, I don't know what it's called. Do some gardening, you know. I mean, gardening is nice. You get to go out in the sun, get your vitamin D, and just submerge yourself and touch and feel the soil and smell Mother Earth, right? It's summertime. It's just do something, but don't stay in the house, is what I'm hearing. Do something that you enjoy, that is not stressful. Go to the beach, sit with a cup of tea of chamomile. I don't know. That's just a thought. And then we have this Two of Air, Two of Swords in reverse. It came out in reverse with the Two of Air. So Two of Swords in reverse, which is a good thing. So you're no longer going to be indecisive about a situation. You are going to take that leap of faith. You know what you need to do, okay? And it might take you a while to get there, but you are no longer is going to confine yourself in this environment that you feel stuck in, or that is making you unhappy. That's what I see here with the Two of Air, which is a good thing. Now moving on, we're going to get some clarifications and or advice from Spirit with this past life oracle cards. 228. Okay, Spirit teams, what else do you need? What messages, what advice do you have for my Virgos for this first week of July? Communal living. So some of you may be living with someone else, like, you know, or have a family. It's like communal living with that. Or in some situation, I see that you and your family are going through some rough patches, and then you, for some odd reason, you are not able to stay in the house that you have. You know, there is some kind of situation or incident that causes you to have to seek refuge at a relative's home, or with a friend, you know, where you have to move your family, like you, your boyfriend, your husband, or your child in, for those of you who are a single parent, to stay with a friend or a family member. So, okay, and it's tough, and when you're in that situation, it's quite tough. So the message here for you, whoever it resonates with, who are in this situation, is to hold on just a second. Is to I have this sense of like, and then health, and I have this sense of like this heaviness to this communal living. Perhaps you guys are not the type to ask for help like that. This is like the very first time that you ever had to do this, and so this feeling of dependency weighs heavily on you, and you feel very, I hear claustrophobic, and I'm sensing like this tightness around you. Like you just are the type of person that likes your own space, and you don't like to live with others, especially if it's someone outside of your family that you have to, or even like outside of the immediate family. Yeah, sorry about that. My dog is barking. I'm downstairs, he's upstairs. My brother probably have the door open, but it's yeah, you're the type of person who likes your own space and don't necessarily like to live in a household with too many people. Sorry, 1 second. That's my brother. So yeah, with the communal living, I feel like you're the type of person who likes your own space, and you don't like to rely or live with another family, so to speak, and that just gives you like make you very like uncomfortable to a certain extent, like you can't breathe, you know, that type of stuff. But yeah, and here's health in reverse. Some of you may be dealing with health problems as well, or perhaps maybe there are some things that Spirit wants you to focus your attention on when it comes to your physical well-being that you guys are probably ignoring right now. And yeah, and also Spirit is calling for you to focus your attention on yourself, pamper yourself, care for yourself, take time out when you need to. I sense like this very heavy energy too with you, like you have a lot of responsibilities on your plate, and you're like the caregiver or caretaker of people, and you're quite, I hate to say overbearing, to a certain extent, like you're like the Energizer bunny, like you keep going and going and going and going, you know, and just doing one thing after the next, after the next, after the next, and you don't leave that time out for yourself to take time to pamper yourself, and your health could be suffering at this time. You might be having some form of lethargic, like experiencing lethargy, or like allergies, or perhaps even like your breasts, perhaps like you need to get your breasts checked out. For some, I'm hearing you know, just to do a preventative screening. Some of you, I feel like you have not done that ever before, because you feel like there's nothing wrong, but to be on the safe side, just make sure to get all of your grounds covered. Mammogram, I hear mammogram for whoever that is intended for, that resonates. An imprisonment or slavery. Gosh, this is like all very intense energy here. Communal living, imprisonment, or slavery. Feeling some I even get like maybe your significant other could be imprisoned, your partner or your baby daddy, baby mama, or someone in your family who are imprisoned. And it is a sense of burden for you. And for the other half of you, I feel like this feeling of imprisonment or slavery is within yourself. It's within your mind. You need to free yourself, as we have discussed throughout this reading, because it is being detrimental to your health. And I understand maybe some of you, like I said, are a caretaker, and you and many people rely on you and depend on you, you know, and it's not like you see it as a burden, but sometimes it can be like a burden. You know, you're a loving, kind, caring individual, and I'm feeling like these people that you're caring for, they're not taking advantage of you, but they're very much appreciative of everything that you do for them. But at the same time, it's like you also need to focus your attention on your health as well, because at this point in time, I feel like Spirit is trying to say that your health isn't as good, you know, or maybe there are some things with regards to your health that you need to at least go and get like a physical checkup once a year or something like that, you know, because I feel like some of you might not even like to go to a doctor for a regular checkup or a yearly checkup even. um, and whatever, like if you get colds or whatnot, and again with the alternative medicine thing, I understand you are probably the type of person that doesn't necessarily like to take medications or even take over-the-counter Tylenol pills to relieve headaches or anything like that. You might even just rely on like alternative medicine or other practices to relieve those symptoms. And so you probably have this negative connotation again with the medical field as well, so which is the reason why you don't really want to go see seek for medical attention at hospitals or with doctors, because in the past you've had a negative experience with them, and you just, it kind of like deter you from going again. I feel, I sense for some. But yeah, it's like this feeling of entrapment, of being trapped. But Spirit is calling for you to come out of that. And I see that you will be coming out of that. You're no longer going to be indecisive. You're going to be, this is in reverse. So you're no longer going to be indecisive about things. You're going to make that decision and you're going to take the leap. And that's the energy that's surrounding the first week of July that I have for you here, my dear Virgos. And I hope that it all resonate, or it might not all resonate, but some would resonate with you and your situation, and whatever messages that you find helpful, that you can apply it in your daily life. Go ahead and do so. So yeah, this is it, and I hope you enjoyed this tarot card reading with me today, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.